From the golden locks of fairy tale princesses, who have enchanted us with their beauty and grace for centuries, to the modern-day icons of the silver screen, hair color has always played a pivotal role in storytelling and character development. These golden-haired figures often symbolize purity, innocence, and virtue, capturing our imaginations and setting a standard for beauty that transcends time. Conversely, the raven-haired villains of classic literature often embody mystery, danger, and malevolence. These dark-haired characters, from the wicked stepmothers of fairy tales to the brooding anti-heroes of Gothic novels, have intrigued and terrified us in equal measure. Their hair color becomes a visual shorthand for their complex, often sinister natures. Across cultures and throughout history, we've ascribed certain traits and destinies to individuals based solely on the color of their hair. In ancient Greece, blonde hair was associated with the gods and divine favor, while in medieval Europe, red hair was often linked to witchcraft and the supernatural. These cultural narratives have shaped our perceptions and influenced how we view ourselves and others. But is there any truth to these deeply ingrained beliefs? Can the color of our hair truly determine our character or fate? Or are these notions merely the product of cultural storytelling and societal conditioning? As we look in the mirror and see our reflection, we must ask ourselves whether these age-old stereotypes hold any real power over our lives. Can the pigment of our strands truly dictate our paths in life? Or is it our actions, choices, and experiences that shape who we are? The idea that hair color can influence our destiny is both fascinating and controversial, prompting us to explore the deeper implications of this belief. Let's delve into the fascinating world of hair color, separating fact from fiction and exploring the science, sociology, and psychology behind our enduring fascination with this defining human characteristic. Scientists have studied the genetic basis of hair color, uncovering the complex interplay of genes that determine whether our hair is blonde, brown, red, or black. Psychologists have examined how hair color influences our self-perception and social interactions, while sociologists have explored the cultural and historical contexts that shape our attitudes toward hair color. This essay will unravel the intricate relationship between hair color and perceived destiny. By examining the scientific, psychological, and sociological dimensions of hair color, we can gain a deeper understanding of how this seemingly superficial trait can have profound implications for our lives. We'll examine the scientific basis of hair color, delving into the genetic mechanisms that determine our hair's hue. We'll explore how variations in genes like MC1R and OCA2 contribute to the diversity of hair colors we see around the world. Additionally, we'll look at how environmental factors such as sun exposure and aging can alter our hair color over time. We'll also delve into cultural stereotypes, analyzing how different societies have historically viewed and treated individuals based on their hair color. From the stigmatization of redheads in medieval Europe to the glamorization of blondes in Hollywood, these cultural narratives have had a lasting impact on our collective psyche. We'll consider how these stereotypes influence our beauty standards and self-esteem, particularly in the age of social media, where appearance is often scrutinized and idealized. Ultimately, we'll discover whether the color of our hair truly holds the power to shape our lives, or if our destinies are woven from a far richer tapestry of individuality, resilience, and choice. By examining the interplay of genetics, culture, and personal agency, we can better understand the complex factors that contribute to our sense of self and our place in the world. Our journey through the world of hair color will reveal that while our hair may be a defining feature, it is ultimately our actions, choices, and experiences that shape our destinies. The color of our hair is just one thread in the intricate tapestry of our lives, woven together with countless other factors that make us who we are. So whether you're a golden-haired dreamer, a raven-haired rebel, or anything in between, remember that your destiny is yours to create. Our journey begins with the fascinating science behind hair color, a trait that is as diverse as the people who possess it. Hair gets its hue from melanin, a pigment produced by specialized cells called melanocytes. These cells are located in the hair follicles and are responsible for the wide array of hair colors we see. There are two primary types of melanin: eumelanin, which produces brown and black hair, and pheomelanin, responsible for red and blonde shades. The interplay between these two types of melanin creates the spectrum of hair colors. The amount and ratio of these pigments determine our unique hair color. For example, higher concentrations of eumelanin result in darker hair, while higher levels of pheomelanin lead to lighter, redder shades. Genetically speaking, hair color is a complex trait influenced by multiple genes. These genes interact in intricate ways to produce the final hair color we see. These genes control various aspects of melanin production, including the type of melanin produced, the amount, and its distribution within the hair shaft. This genetic orchestration is what gives each person their unique hair color. Variations in these genes result in the stunning spectrum of hair colors we see across the globe. From the deep blacks and browns common in many Asian and African populations to the lighter blondes and reds found in European populations, the diversity is remarkable. For instance, individuals with 2 copies of a recessive gene for red hair will have fiery locks. This gene is less common, which is why red hair is relatively rare. On the other hand, those with a dominant brown hair gene will likely sport shades of brown or black. This is why brown and black hair are more prevalent worldwide. Throughout history, hair color has been a significant aspect of human identity and culture. Ancient civilizations often attributed various meanings and symbolism to different hair colors. In modern times, the ability to change hair color through dyeing and styling has added another layer of complexity to our relationship with hair color. People can now experiment with colors that may not be naturally occurring for them. Advances in genetic testing have also allowed individuals to learn more about their genetic predispositions for certain hair colors. This can be particularly interesting for those curious about their ancestry and genetic heritage. Ultimately, hair color is a beautiful example of human diversity. It reflects our genetic makeup, our cultural backgrounds, and even our personal choices. Whether natural or altered, each hair color tells a story. So the next time you admire someone's hair color, remember the fascinating science and rich history behind it. It's a small but significant part of what makes us all unique. Interestingly, the global distribution of hair color is not uniform. Different regions of the world have distinct hair color patterns, influenced by a variety of factors including genetics, environment, and historical migration patterns. Historically, blonde hair was more prevalent in Northern European populations. This can be traced back to genetic mutations that occurred thousands of years ago. The lighter hair color provided certain advantages in the low-light environments of Northern Europe, such as better synthesis of vitamin D. In contrast, darker hair shades dominated in regions closer to the equator. The higher levels of melanin in darker hair provided protection against the intense UV radiation from the sun, which is more prevalent in these regions. This geographical variation in hair color is closely linked to factors like UV radiation exposure and vitamin D production. Lighter hair and skin allowed for more efficient vitamin D synthesis in areas with less sunlight, while darker hair and skin offered protection in sunnier climates. However, recent studies have pointed to a decline in the percentage of blonde individuals worldwide. This trend has been observed over the past few decades and is raising questions among scientists and researchers. This shift is attributed to several factors, including increased migration and intermarriage. As people move and settle in different parts of the world, they bring their genetic traits with them, leading to a blending of characteristics. This greater mixing of genetic traits results in a more diverse range of hair colors in the population. Mixed-race families often exhibit a variety of hair colors, reflecting the genetic diversity of their ancestry. Additionally, environmental and lifestyle changes may also play a role in this evolving demographic landscape. Urbanization, changes in diet, and even fashion trends can influence hair color over time. For example, the use of hair dyes and other cosmetic products can alter the appearance of natural hair color, further contributing to the diversity we see today. Scientists are continuing to study these trends to better understand the underlying genetic and environmental factors. Advances in genetic research are providing new insights into how hair color is inherited and how it may change in the future. As we move forward, it is important to celebrate the diversity of hair colors and the rich tapestry of human genetics. Understanding these shifts not only provides a glimpse into our past, but also helps us appreciate the beauty of our evolving global population. Beyond the realm of science, hair color has been heavily laden with cultural stereotypes and biases. Blondes, particularly women, are often stereotyped as being more attractive but less intelligent. Brunettes, on the other hand, are frequently perceived as more serious and competent. Numerous studies have investigated these stereotypes, with some finding a blonde penalty in certain contexts. For instance, One study revealed that blonde women were less likely to be hired for high-level management positions, suggesting a subconscious bias against their perceived intellectual capabilities. Redheads, the rarest of hair colors, haven't escaped the clutches of stereotypes either. They're often characterized as having fiery tempers and being more passionate. However, scientific evidence to support these claims is sorely lacking. In fact, research suggests that any perceived differences in personality based on hair color are likely due to social conditioning and cultural expectations, rather than inherent biological factors. Redheads, like individuals with any other hair color, exhibit a